Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Sports Church right here on the VRR. I'm your host, Friar Mini, a.k.a. John Crummy. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS, IOEs. I'm a card carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly. And I'm one of the founding members, OG, of Veteran Revolt Radio. All right, we've got a lot to unpack, a short time to do it. It may be a short show. I'm not sure. We were without Doc. He, at least Tom had some surgery again the other day, so the voice box not working all that great. So yeah, but we will carry on. First up is our MMA and gambling contributor. He's the United States Marine Corps veteran as well. We actually served together for many years at the beautiful all-inclusive resort known as 43 area at Las Pulgas at Camp Pendleton, California. Guess of the most holistic company the Marine Corps has ever seen. Ammo company, 1st Supply Battalion, 1st Force Source Support Group, 1st Martiv. It's good times. A lot of good times. No shenanigans, though. None at all. Without further ado, please welcome one of my best friends in the whole world, Brother Bishop Pook Dawg.
That's right. It's a Brother Bishop Pook Dawg from the First Sports Church, nothing but the truth. Let us proclaim the mysteries of the UFC turning into a soap opera. In midst of not having a card this week.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Well, that's right. We got Sean Strickland chiming in about Ian Gary's life.
Yeah.
I guess
I can't wait to unwrap that.
Well, I guess did you watch the videos I sent you?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, they're pretty juicy, actually. Here's the thing, man. When we unpack this, I'm not going to need to, except for comments, questions, and concerns, because Sean Strickland lays it out. So he says it from his point of view, what's going on in this dude's life, and it's interesting because if you remember, Ian Machado Gary is the one that went after Neil Magny for child abuse when he said he was going to whoop him like a bad child in the press conference. And then like he had this whole thing. I think he even believed in his own mind that Neil Magny was this child abuser or something. Horrible thing to freaking accuse somebody of when they're talking shit before a fight and they're like, I'm going to whoop you like I do my child. I mean, come on. He didn't mean he literally freaking beats his child bloody. Everybody knows that. How ridiculous. But anyway, we'll get into that during my segment.
All right, sounds good. All right, next up, we call him Pops because he's my Pops. He has been in the auto racing industry for over 50 years, so I know of no other person to speak with as much passion and insight as he into the world of auto sports, whether it be, well, I think pretty much stick to four wheels at that point. But as far as that, he's got it covered. Without further ado, please welcome Reverend Pops.
Good morning, everyone. I believe it's good morning. I'm not real sure, but
wasn't it Father Pops at one point and you changed to Reverend when you went non-denominational on me or something?
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Reverend Pops. The excellent bad news is that Ruth had done me a favor and washed my Reverend shirt.
Yeah,
and it shrunk.
Oops.
You can see how the collar is bulging. But anyway, we got her done. That number one. I can't believe you guys have made it up in time to do the show.
Oh,
I haven't been to bed.
I woke up an hour ago.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't been to bed, Pops.
I woke up an hour ago, and I don't even know how. Because on Saturday nights, I usually, especially if we go long, I crash downstairs. Yeah. And we put a bed up there. That way, the way Edie is right now with teething and everything like that, she's taking her sweet ass time getting that done. Drama queen. I had to make it ginger. Yeah. So instead of stumbling around at 1:30 in the morning or something like that, and waking them up, I just
no sense in waking up the beast.
No, so I just would crash on the floor downstairs. I mean, she's like, doesn't it suck? I'm like, I've slept in way worse places than the carpeted floor. Trust me. But now we rolled down a spare bed and set it up in the corner down here in the studio. So,
wow, you get to sleep in the bed. That's unreal.
I know. It actually kind of sucks, but it does beat the floor. It's all right. Yeah. For those of you joining us, we appreciate it. This is our first Sunday doing this back in the old time slot. I'm talking like 4 years ago time slot. At 11 o'clock so that we can get some picks in and have some fun. I'm going to see if I can get my allowance kicked up, Pook, and we can start betting some parlays, some football parlays, me and you.
Man, I got some serious winners today. I literally got some winners if you want to play them. They're all teaser bets though, but I'm gonna promise you 2 out of 3 winners. But by the way, no guarantees. But I promise you 2 out of 3.
There's stone cold locks. No guarantees.
We're really ready to bet.
Stone cold locks.
Sounds like we're selling used cars is what we're doing.
Look.
Oh my gosh. All right.
I will promise 2 out of 3, but I definitely won't guarantee it.
Pook, we got to do something about the big orange ball in the sky behind your head.
Maybe I can reposition myself, but then
you could probably move a little bit to your right.
Oh, you're gonna burn your damn
I could hide in the shadow, huh? I could hide in the shadow here. How about in the shadow over there? Is that any better?
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, you're gonna have a nice view of the
you got a land right there.
Oops. Yeah.
But that is nowhere near as bright as the sun was.
Okay, my friend. We're gonna move. We're gonna move it. I spilled all my stuff, man. Oh my god, I'm a mess here. Fuck! Oh!
A few hours later.
I'll tell you, if I had that personality, I didn't have that personality anymore. If I had that personality still, that would have probably been my reaction to what just happened. Because I got all my hippie lettuce grinded up, and I'm playing with it, and then boom, I drop it all on the floor, a big pile of it. So you can do it. That's how it goes. Better anyway. You can do it. What, kick the hippie lettuce off the floor in between segments?
You can do it!
You're probably right. I probably can make it happen.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
And you know, this is the deck out here where this is a deck out here where the dogs go poop and pee. And I clean it. I clean it once or twice a week. I field day it, but we're on the third floor up here. We're in an apartment, so now I'm gonna scrape this up off the floor. Anyway, I don't even know if I want to, but
All right, are you ready, Pook? Because reasons.
All right.
It is interesting.
I don't know. Do I sound good?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you sound
yeah.
wonderful.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, then, all right. Well, without further ado, we'll start breaking stuff down. Shotgun style, baby boy. Just like they used to say.
I tell you what, what happened
Jarhead
last
Club.
night is, no, it wasn't last night. Anyway, I was trying to watch the qualifying for the F1 race, and it came on with IFC knockouts. Holy cow, was that a hell of a show.
You ready, Pook?
I don't know if Pook is
Yeah,
ready.
can you hear me?
I don't think he hears us.
Yeah.
Do you hear us,
You ready?
Pook?
Yes, we got you.
All right, well-
Jesus.
Okay, well, my Wi-Fi is acting up a bit, but that's okay. I'll get right into it. We had the PFL on Friday, and it was a big day for them. They had like some championships, and they had some really big cash prizes awarded to different fighters. These fighters aren't really household names, and I don't really follow them. But, however, that evening, Derek Brunson fought his Bellator PFL, whatever you want to call it, because they just merged, by the way. His PFL merged with the Bellator, and I believe they're going to keep separate for the next year, but eventually they're going to do a merger. And I'm
Good
not
thing or bad
exactly
thing?
sure.
Pook, good thing or
Yeah, I
bad
don't know.
thing?
You know, that's what dude, I literally got it written down. Good or bad, good reasons, good or bad. I really don't know. You know, Chael Sonnen thinks it's a stupid move, but I don't know. That guy's like freaking. He's a company man for the UFC, even though he worked in Bellator, and even though he did. I mean, he says, what are you really getting out of it? You're getting a bunch of overpriced fighters contracts. I can't argue that, because if the UFC is setting the market, all those contracts are overpriced. And the fact that Bellator went broke trying to pay those fighters tells me that those contracts are overpriced. And so he makes a valid point there. He also said that what else could they be getting? Well, I guess Bellator had a pretty lean and mean operation outside what they were paying the fighters. They had like 21 employees. For being such a large organization, that's a lot. So
Must have been a fun place to work.
Well, that might have been, obviously these people were motivated and dedicated. Probably a lot of people who love the fighting. And believe in it,
Did you just say motivated and dedicated?
That's it. The Jarhead Core slogan, baby. You know it. That's where we come from. Don't forget your customs and courtesies now in your old age, my man.
All right, brother.
So anyway, these 21 employees are going to be absorbed, but they even made a statement. PFL made a statement saying the 21 employees are welcome to join or welcome to leave kind of statement. It wasn't exactly like, oh, we really value our new employees, and nothing crazy like that was said. So it's wondering if it was me, if it was me trying to speculate what happened here. PFL is the second banana, you know, and one day they plan on being the number one banana, and Ariel and some other people have made comments it's going to take years and years and years to do that. But they're making some moves. They got Francis. They got Jake Paul. They just bought up their competition. That's their competition. That's really their only competition. Buy Bellator out so no one else buys them. So you're the second number. If you're looking as like the fight world, right? You're the number 2 contender now. The champs, obviously, the UFC.
Yeah.
UFC to me, lost a lot of ground when they lost Ngannou. I mean, how can you call yourself you know, I don't know how you lose Ngannou. That's all I gotta say. They should have made it work. They should have made that relationship work somehow. You should have figured it out. You know, they say Ngannou fumbled the bag. I really believe Dana White did, and that's my opinion. But anyway, like I was saying, Derek Brunson, he had his PFL debut and he calls out Jake Paul. So that's something we might be seeing if Bellator wants to make that happen. I mean, Derek Brunson, is a name. I mean, he came from the UFC. He had a good career in the UFC. It wasn't like he was asked to leave the UFC. He signed as a free agent. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll keep our eyes open for the next Jake Paul spectacle. It's going to be happening in the PFL for sure, and probably going to be happening in MMA. I don't know if they're going to have mixed rules. I don't know if they're going to have mixed rules or if it's going to be straight up MMA. If it's straight up MMA, man, I don't see how Derek Brunson don't just put this guy on the ground and smash him. But,
Right.
you know, Jake Paul does have a wrestling background. He was, I believe he's a Ohio State champ, maybe. Maybe not a state champ, but All-American, definitely. Really good wrestler. I know he's a really good wrestler. And we know he has a boxing background from his YouTube fighting that he does. So that's real interesting. But we're just going to move right on to the UFC. And I got a bone to pick again with the ESPN rankings, man. You thought it might be the judges. There was no fights last night. I probably would have a bone to pick with the judges. Right. Now, if there was a fight last night. There was no fights last night, but my bone to pick is with the UFC rankings. They got Tom Aspinall, the interim champion, the interim heavyweight champion, right? And we know who the lineal champ is. You know, Ngannou's out there. He's free. He's signed to the PFL, no longer a free agent. He's freaking UFC doesn't want to do any kind of co-promotion because Ngannou's going to smash their fighter anyway. Why would they? So is ranked ahead of John Jones. Now, I got a problem with that because I don't think John Jones ever lost.
Yeah.
And I know John Jones is old. I know he's injured. I know he's been inactive. And I know he's allegedly used substances. I know about all this stuff. But I'm not sure if Tom Aspinall is the man until I see it with my own eyes. I don't know what ESPN's doing over there with their rankings. This is the second time I had a problem with their rankings. I'm not always right, but I think a lot of UFC fans would agree with me. Why would you bump John Jones down for an injury? I mean, unless you're ranking able-bodied fighters, and in that case, leave John Jones completely off of it. Because he just went through his surgery and rehab, and he's not going to be back for a year. Why rank a guy that's injured then? I don't know. If you're going to rank him, why would you rank him too, though? That doesn't make no sense at all.
No.
Okay, so this gets us to the meat and the potatoes of my portion of the broadcast here. The soap opera, which the UFC has became in relatively the last 5 days. So I'll just set it up a little bit here. Okay. This goes back to a feud that Ian Machado Gary is having with a YouTuber, and this YouTuber said some things that he didn't like, and then he found a book that his wife wrote, like I believe it was 12 years ago, and it was called How to Be a Wag. And a wag is, and I didn't know this before any of this, I didn't know what a wag was. A wag is a wife or girlfriend. That's a wag. And of an athlete. That's what a wag is. And it's like how to become like a hanger-on kind of thing. You know what I mean? Right. And so I'm gonna let Sean Strickland do my dirty work for me. Go ahead if you can queue up. I got more to talk about too if you can't get it right away. But if you can queue up not the second one I sent you,
the Instagram one.
They're both Instagram. They're both Instagram posts. They're both Sean Strickland.
Well, the one I have now is him sitting in a car.
The one you have with him sitting in the car, go ahead, fire that one up. There's a second one with like a message on it with messages.
I never talk about anybody's spouses, but this shit ain't right. It ain't fucking right. I gotta talk about it. Ian Gary, I remember when I met you, dude. It was in New York. You were this fine ass girl. She had little pepperines. We all fucking seen it, right? Everybody fucking seen it. But I remember thinking to myself, there ain't something right about that girl. There's something about that woman that ain't fucking right. The way she walked, the way she looked, the way she talked, I knew it. Now I'm finding out you're 26, She's fucking 40. The ex-fucking husband lives with you. You took the last name. Motherfucker, she wrote a book on how to be a wag. I didn't know what a wag was until now, dude. This shit ain't right, dude. She's a succubus. You gotta run away, bro. Hot girls are a dime a dozen. We'll get you one. We'll get you ring girls. We'll get you two at the same time, bro. You gotta pull the ripcord, man. It ain't fucking right, my friend. You gotta pull that fucking ripcord. I'm here for you. The Making News here for you. Do the right thing, Team Gary. Fucking pull that fucking ripcord.
Okay. All right. So basically, what Sean Strickland's saying, if you didn't catch it, is that his wife had him take her name, and at the time I didn't know this guy's Brazilian BJJ background. It's very common for these Anglos to become really close with the coach of their gym, the coach of their dojo, and end up like literally marrying into the family and then taking the name. It's just good business. You know, Machado is a name known in mixed martial arts. It's a name known in BJJ. So I just assumed it was that kind of relationship. It was more a thing where he's doing it for the gym and his in-laws and for business more than anything else. But I guess he took this lady's name, and you can't make this stuff up either. Her ex-husband, the lady that's 14 years older than him, she's 40. She's 26. I mean, the fighter's 26. Ian Machado Gary's 26. So, and he's an up-and-coming UFC fighter. A lot of people think he's going to be champion. A lot of people are betting on him to be champion. I think the UFC's betting on him to be a champion. So it makes sense if he latched onto his coattails. Now, right now, she actually makes more money than him. She hosts a TV program, I believe, and she does an Instagram. She does really well on Instagram. She's a really pretty lady, some kind of internet personality along with a TV personality thing. I'm not exactly sure, but she's doing really well for herself. But there's a lot going on here because this lady's 40, the fighter's 26, the ex-husband lives with them and is also his dietitian, and they got him on a vegan diet. You can't make this stuff up. It's like ridiculous. It's like I'm writing a comic book here. But it's what's going on in their life, and it would be private probably if it wasn't for Ian Machado Gary going around posting everything on Instagram anyway. You know, so go ahead. You got the second video? I sent it to you on WhatsApp with Sean Strickland.
I think so. So
yeah. So
I think so.
Well, what the second video is? Okay, is queuing up. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Not believe what just happened. So I'm a homie, right? And I send Ian Gary a message. And I'm like, bro, hey, here's the thing, man. Dicks before chicks, dude. I know you're going through some shit right now. I know that fucking you got preyed upon. I know all this shit, bro. I'm here for you. Just give me a call if you need me. And this motherfucker, he says, I'm going to sue you if you don't fucking delete that. You're going to sue me, motherfucker. He said that I was lying. Motherfucker, I ain't lying. You are 26. She is 40. She wrote a fucking book on how to be old and be with a young athlete. I ain't fucking lying, bro. This is factual. And Ian Gary, I don't give a fuck about being sued. You think I give a fuck about that? You want me to respect you. You say that I'm going to go fucking to Bass Pro Shop, wherever the fuck you go. I'm going to go buy a 9. I'm going to handle this like a man. I would have respected that. I don't fucking respect that. But hey, I fucking expect nothing else from a man like you.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it got quite personal pretty fast. Sean Strickland doesn't like being threatened, obviously. You know, he's that personality type. He was threatened with a lawsuit for what he was saying. And maybe what he was saying is out of line, but I don't think it's nothing that wasn't truthful, and I don't think there's basis for any lawsuit at all. I mean, there's more basis for a lawsuit of Neil Magny to go after Ian Machado Gary for calling him a child abuser a few fights back. You know, so don't really make sense for them. They're not handling this right. Their camp really isn't handling this right. Fighters shouldn't be suing other fighters for shit talk.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't really shit talk at the beginning. This guy's making a plea to him. He's like, man, you're in a bad situation. Who knows what their situation is really like? It might be a really loving situation. This guy, she might be helping out her ex-husband, and, you know, and her ex-husband might be a great dietitian, and it's completely platonic. I mean, that's probably not what's happening. I'm not naive, but who knows what's really happening. You know, who knows what's really going on? You know, who knows if, you know, they're in this like millennial three-way pansexual love affair. Who knows what's going on there? I mean, who cares really? But it's become it's dominated. It's literally when I looked up MMA news to try to prepare for this show, and I was inundated and bombarded with this nonsense. So I found it a bit captivating, even though it's kind of like scummy and dirty and not really what we normally do, not normally we talk about, but like, I mean, it's there, and it's like she's threatening. She shut down one guy's. She's already, and I'm talking about Layla, his wife. Layla's already shut down. Layla Machado Gary's already shut down a YouTuber's channel in Great Britain because of the laws over there. She was able to do it. You know, there's slander and libel laws and everything, and YouTube's policies. She was able to shut his channel down with really not any. What do you want to call that? Due process at all. Just, you know, that's so one guy, MMA Guru, give him a shout out because obviously I listen to him here and there. Sure. You know, I don't agree with everything the guy has to say, but Ian Machado Gary called him out after he said something smart. He called him the fat bearded guy. Well, you know, he wasn't talking about the Pook. So anyway, anyway, this guy knew exactly who he was talking about, and that's when this guy got really mean. That's when he started bringing up the book and bringing up everything and all the sort of details. It started as a little, you know, he said something. I don't even remember what it was. He said something that got underneath Ian Gary's skin. And it was about his wife. I think it was about his wife maybe being controlling, something like that. And then he's like, oh, really? Well, I'm going to unload on you what I really have. And boom, he exposed it to the whole internet world that this guy's like living the life of, I don't know, what do you call that? A cuck? Is it a cuck? Is it a cuckold? I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. Who knows what's really going on? Who knows what's really going on there? But anyway, that brings us to what's going on next in the UFC, my man.
All right.
You know, what is upcoming? We got on, I believe it is, because it's hard to read. I'm trying to read it off the screen. We got UFC 52. It's going to be December 1st. We got Beneil Dariush versus Arman Tsarukyan. And that's happening, and that's going to be a good fight. Sarukyan's favored, but when I went through and I looked at who all the other pro fighters are picking, they're picking De La Rouche. So we'll see what happens in that fight. The odds makers say Tsarukyan, and the MMAers, the pro MMAers, say De La Rouche. So we'll see what happens in that whole extravaganza that's going to be happening. The next pay-per-view coming up is going to be December 16th. It's going to be Leon Edwards is going to be fighting.
It's a good day, Pook.
That's
a really good day, Pook.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, man. That's going to be interesting.
Just saying, it's a really good day.
What's the date?
December 16th.
Oh, that's your birthday?
Oh, okay. All
right.
That's our birthday.
I thought you liked Colby Covington because he was a Trump supporter or something. I'm like, it's a good day. We literally haven't seen Colby Covington fight in probably 2 years. So
I was going to say,
whenever he fought Masvidal, it's been a long time. So that should be interesting. What happens in that fight? You know, that.
The funny thing is, Pook, that's not just my birthday.
Wait a minute. It's my birthday.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
It's our birthday. Yeah, same day. 28 years apart, but yeah. Cool. Good job, UFC.
Right on. Yeah, fight night. Oh, you know what? Honestly, before we roll up my segment, let's talk a little bit about that fight night with Dariush and Tsarukyan. Because there's a couple other fights. Bobby Green took Dan Hooker's place, and he's gonna be fighting Julian Turner. So Bobby Green, I'm a Bobby Green fan. I'm a real Bobby Green fan. I used to live in San Bernardino. He grew up in San Bernardino. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast. I like the guy. I like his personality. I like him as a person. I've bet on him in the past, and he's always done me well as an underdog for the most part. I mean, he does lose, but he is not one of those fighters that he's one of those fighters that'll lose a decision here, lose a decision there. So, but we got Rob Font fighting. Rob Font's going to be fighting. Kevin Gastelum's going to be fighting on that card. So that's something. It's going to be on for free, I guess, or with it says ESPN 52. I imagine that would be ESPN Plus with Disney or whatever. Should be easy to find, even if you don't have those apps. It'll be a good one to tune into. I'm definitely going to watch it. We're going to talk about it. So, all right, that's my segment. That's the UFC according to the Pook Dawg.
Any Connor news besides? You heard what happened in Dublin the other day, right?
What happened? Talk to me. Tell me.
They had a big old riot over there, and
Where
a
at?
bunch of people got in Dublin. And
Dublin, Ireland. You broke up because of my crappy internet. Yeah, Dublin, Ireland. I heard they had a riot, and that was wild to see that. I saw a little bit of it online. I actually tried to look a little bit of content up about it. I didn't try that hard because I was trying to prepare for the show. I guess some girls got stabbed by some Muslims, and I guess the people came out with like pitchforks and torches and started busting up their own town.
Well, if you don't let them have guns, they
makes
use
sense.
what tools they got.
It doesn't make sense to me how people can bust up their own town. I don't get it, But I was born in Middle America. I wasn't born in an Irish ghetto.
Fair enough.
Wait, man, I remember riots in Cincinnati and Detroit and Chicago. I mean, the same type of riot.
You ever participate in them, though, Pops?
No. All
right. Well, that's what I don't get. Why tear up your own town?
I sat on top of the roof of my business with a pistol and dared anybody to try to riot in my neighborhood.
Right. There you go. That's why, that song, Try This in a Small Town and all that. That's why I'm saying I come from Middle America. We don't bust up our own shit. I come from a small town in Indiana. It don't make sense to me, but it's okay. It's not my culture.
Mostly peaceful. All right. All right, Pops, what do you got for us? Unless you want me to do fantasy football. Pook, do you want to write down picks for NFL today? See how we do?
I got them, man. I got them. I want to give out teaser plays as my free pick, and then as far as like point spread plays, I got a couple in mind. It's a tough day today. I believe it's a tough day. There's going to be a lot of close games. There's a lot of 2.5 point, 3 point spreads, 1.5 point spreads. You got to pick and choose your battles here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My big question is Jefferson going to play this week?
I don't know. Is he?
He's coming off injured reserve, and he could start this week. And they say they will announce it by 3:00 tomorrow if he's going to play Monday night. Well, he's a 21 point or 23 point projection.
Yeah,
but I can't put him down there because I could get 0 for him if he doesn't play.
Oh no, I'd go with your stud. What do you think, Pook? I feel you though. Yeah. If
no matter what the experts are telling, this is something I learned in fantasy sports through the school of hard knocks and making the wrong decision. You don't ever trust the experts. Don't ever trust yourself to figure matchups out. Always go with your stud. Always go with your stud. I benched my stud because I thought I knew, and it was shit. I ended up getting second place instead of first that year in the league. I benched my stud, who at the time was Arian Peterson. I benched him, and he was predicted to have a pedestrian week, like 15 points. And I had this other guy that was, someone hot off the waiver wire that I thought was going to produce, and he did. The guy that I picked up did produce, but guess what? Peterson got me 30, would have got me 30, got me 30 on my bench, would have won me the, you know what I'm saying? Always stick with your studs. Always. It's happened to me more than once. Always stick with your studs.
I mean, Jefferson has been saying, "Look, I can't play just because the fantasy players want me to play." And they're, geez, I mean, what? How did that even get into the conversation?
I don't know.
I imagine. Well, I imagine it's coming from, and this is, it depends on how much social media this guy's actually in contact with. Social media today puts you direct contact with the fans, and everyone's grandmother's playing this stuff. And he's probably hearing it from everybody. He's getting an earful online about how he's freaking, my league is ruined. I'm ruined. My team's ruined. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I agree with you, Pops. He shouldn't be worried about fantasy football. He should be worried about real football. I agree with you, but it's part of this crazy new world we live in.
Yeah. Well, I'm
just an old soul living in a new world.
To fantasy football, since we got on that topic, might as well just use the segue that was given to us by whatever. First up, always my team, Tacos Ghost Monkey against Yo Mama. It's gonna be a nail biter. My San Francisco boys did not produce this week, so that might be a problem. It's gonna be pretty close. It's gonna come down to the wire. I'm supposed to smoke her, and she's my reciprocal record. And if I lose, I'm gonna be a little upset. Next game up,
Purdy didn't produce.
No, I like 17 points, man. Was supposed to get 27. Wow. I think 27 was like his highest rating in like since he's been fantasy eligible, and he just tanked. They won. It was a fucking crushing victory. It just
that's what I was getting at.
A lot of it was on the ground. A lot of it was on the ground. A lot of it was a Kittle. So like didn't go to my guy. That's the downside of having a number one quarterback and a number one receiver on your fantasy football team on the same team, because you get to double dip a lot, and that's why I beat a lot of people. But if they don't like crush it, they have a pedestrian day because they're rated so high, you're projected so high, you just end up losing. It is what it is.
See, that's the weird thing is that I got Tua and Waddle, both Miami people, and Waddle produced like crazy, but Tua didn't.
Yeah,
Tua was forecasted for 24 points. He came up with 1382.
Yeah, that's probably his lowest.
Like what Purdy did.
That's the lowest of the year. Yeah, for him for sure. That sounds like a terrible game for Tua, but they won. So
they won 34-13. So I mean, I don't know.
welcome to fantasy football.
And your number one quarterback was out practicing with the team, so he may be back soon. They had not pictures, but video of him throwing the football around. So
nice. All right. That would be crazy if he actually made it back for this year. Just another reason for sorry ass Jets fans to buy season tickets again next year. Just watch. You just come back for like the last game, play like a quarter.
Is Arizona really giving their tickets away? Season tickets were $299.
Apparently there's a package. Yeah, I think this is a bit off topic, but yeah.
Damn, I'm glad you mentioned it though. I live in Phoenix. I ought to buy them, man.
You ought to, yeah. Why not? It's gonna be a good team if they actually go out and get another arm and a bat. Oh, yeah, be nasty. All right, back to fantasy football. Blame it on the crayons, which is Doc's team versus Mar-a-Lago Raiders. Looked like a nail biter. Turns out probably not going to be because Dak Prescott got pterodactyl 42 points. So that'll improve your odds quite a bit. So it looks like he's probably going to take that one down. Can you dig it versus Oops? Oops, man, you're skidding. What's going on here?
I am going downhill fast. I don't know. I mean, even if I had put Jefferson in, I don't even up. So
yeah,
I'm not even thinking about putting him in.
Wow, that's strange. What is going on? It's like it's everybody with reciprocal records. Looks like they may pull off upsets because as my 8-3, I'm playing my 3-8, and I might fucking lose that game. How? All right, awesome. My nemesis, the Canadian. You heat the Canadian? Yes, I heat the Canadian. Combat Santa, 8-3, Lunchbox Fartbox, 7-4. Yeah. This one, I don't know. Lunchbox has got everybody going today, so who knows? But it's not looking good. But you know, he has had a single guy play. I can't say one way or another. He could have Herbert could go off for like 50 fucking points. I mean, he's done it before. So
yeah.
Mama gonna knock you out versus Pook's picks. Looks like my
I
boys.
didn't set my lineup.
I
never set my lineup. I didn't set
Well,
my
you
lineup.
still
You can
got
see
one,
I got
one,
Devo Samuel.
2, 3.
You're still
4,
winning.
5 players you can do something about.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not really. I mean, because Devo Samuel's the one guy I would have started, and the one guy I would have benched. When the one guy would have benched started as well. So
Wow.
But
Mahomes got what the hell is it with quarterbacks this week?
I don't know, man.
Mahomes got all of 6.3.
No. That's Michelle's quarterback. Geno Smith.
Mahomes plays today.
Yeah.
Mahomes should have a good day.
I told her
they're playing the Raiders.
Well, honestly, I told her to go pick up Stafford and start him, and she did it. I think she picked him up, but she didn't start him. And I'm like, no, it's against San Francisco. Like, that's like the worst matchup possible. So like, you could literally start anybody and get more points. And she didn't listen, so she might lose, even though Pook has one player who didn't even fucking play on the starting lineup. Got him 0 fucking points.
Didn't play, and I had Debo on the bench. I mean, and it ain't like I got all stud wide receivers. You know, he should have been in the game. And this happened. I mean, this happened because I was half asleep, and I literally got freaking 3 apps that I go on to set these fantasy lineups, right? So I literally thought I set this lineup. It was when I opened it up after my nap in the middle of the Dolphins game, or one of the Dolphins game, because Dolphins was yesterday, but the afternoon game, the second game in the afternoon yesterday, whoever played, I was shocked and astounded. I didn't set my lineup, and I'm like, man, I still could win this. I do not deserve to win this. This is the kind of
you win. That's going to be.
This is the kind of mistake that gets Marines killed in combat, sir. You can't have that unsacked. I deserve to lose this week.
All right.
But I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Yeah. Who said that?
Chesty Puller?
No. Google it.
All right. It is a yes.
All right. Last game on the Brittany Grinder second-year Memorial Fantasy Football League. J-Dub's living on a prayer, 6-5 versus Full Metal Vet, 7-4. It was a lopsided victory projected for Full Metal Vet, but not so much. It looks like he might go down. A lot of guys still to play, of course. But you see, that's where San Francisco scores. McCaffrey, right there, 2 rushing touchdowns. That's 14 points out of 30. Yeah.
And that vultures the touchdown away from Purdy because Purdy didn't get a shot to pass it in.
Right. Unless he throws it to McCaffrey, which he's done like twice this year. He had one, like, I think at least 2 40-yard passes to him, and one was for a touchdown. So I got like, I don't know, something like 20 points from that.
Hopefully for your sake, Purdy wakes his ass up and starts thinking like Justin Jefferson. All right, he needs to start thinking more like Justin Jefferson and less like Brock Purdy for your fantasy team to do well.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. This one, a little close to call. The live projections got J-Dub living on a prayer by 9 points. Yeah, almost 10. A little too close to call, man. There's some pretty big names still out there, especially Full Metal Vet with Stephon Diggs. He's got Cooper Kupp. Pittman can get you, especially in PPR leagues, can get you a lot of points. But I don't know, a little too close to call on that one. All right.
It's warming up out here. I got to take my jacket off because it's Wu-Tang's for the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wu-Tang's for the children.
Can I trust you guys not to burn the house down while I go have my usual break?
I don't know. Should we burn the house down, Pook? What do you think?
Burn it down, actually.
Here's the thing, though.
Good for ratings.
I got all my rants out of myself early. All my good rants I got out early, and now you're going to leave, and then we're going to sit here and we're going to have to come up with some nonsense to talk about. It's probably not even be sports related. So,
well, I can talk about the nonsense of Formula One all day, so I'm not worried about that.
Just save me.
Yeah.
Just save loose manhole covers. I want to hear about the loose manhole covers. I don't think we covered that last week.
It wasn't even a manhole cover. It was one of those little, like this big around, that you insert your rod in to turn it on and off. So it wasn't a manhole cover. It was just about 3 inches round that popped up. But it did $1 million worth of damage to the Ferrari. So that's he. Not only that, Sainz crashed on it during practice 1. So they were lucky even get him in the race. And he did that yesterday or day before yesterday. So he's having a great deal of luck.
Yes.
What's the overall? Hey, Pops, what's the overall feeling about the event in Las Vegas? How do people feel about it generally? Because I saw a little bit of blowback. People that weren't racing fans were giving it a hard time. How's the racing world? How they react to it?
The racers, for the most part, didn't like it because they were forced to race at night, and then have another race this week. So I mean, they didn't get their normal, week worth of recuperation in because they had to fly from Las Vegas to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to sleep in that high bear chamber like they would normally at night.
I don't know. The ratings were the best for any ESPN race or F1 race. I mean, it was better than Miami. Now they're talking about that Las Vegas now has 2 big deals. They got the Super Bowl this year and F1. So I mean, it's like they said there was more money brought into Las Vegas for the F1 race than there is for the Super Bowl. They say $700 million comes into Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. $1 billion comes into Las Vegas for F1. So, okay. I mean, it was good for the city.
The knocks, yeah, sounds great for the city. The knocks I got from it were from, I'm in the casino world, and word travels fast, and it was by mouth. I really didn't see anything online or anything like that. The way it really tied up the town. Like you couldn't get to certain casinos and you couldn't go down certain roads. And
because the casino row was in the racetrack. So you lose Casino Row for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. So you
people
lose.
Said it was a traffic mess.
How the hell do you go to the casinos if you can't get down the street and get a taxi ride? That part was nuts. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Verstappen, he won the race, right? He said the only problem is that the race is this race weekend is 1% racing and 99% show. So as a driver, he didn't like the race because it was all about the city and it wasn't about the drivers. So I don't know. I guess it was a financial success.
I mean,
simply
this
because
guy,
they sold out a ton of tickets.
all right, okay, but this I got that don't even sit right in my mouth, man. This guy sounds like such a prima donna, but he's literally getting in his own way. This is the most exposure. I didn't even know that guy's name. This is the most exposure this guy's ever had by far. And it's because of Las Vegas. So it's like, what? Come on, man. Come on.
Well, the other thing that was bad, and which you probably would have, is that they're suing F1 and the promoter because practice number 1 was cut short and stopped in after a couple minutes because of that manhole or not the inspection, because of the crash. How's that? Because of the
little cover,
inspection cover came up
like about this big.
Yeah, so they had to stop the race or the practice, and then anyone that was coming for the Friday practice, they didn't hold it. It was supposed to start at 11 o'clock at night. It didn't start until 2 o'clock in the morning, and they didn't say it was going to come at 2 o'clock. They just kept postponing. So there's a whole bunch of people that had tickets for that. And the minimum price for a day's ticket was $200. Imagine that, paying $200 to go look at practice. But they sold
these
a ton
people,
of those.
it's a different world out there, man. I just went out there a week ago, and everything is so high priced. But you know why it's so high priced, Pops?
Why is
because
that?
these people are coming in, and they're coming in from all over the world, and they freaking got the money.
Well, yeah,
so it's almost like being at
F1 crowd has a lot of fans with a lot of money. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
I guarantee you couldn't find a $25 minimum game on that strip when that F1 was going on. I guarantee it. I wasn't there, but I guarantee it. Everything goes up, man. You know what I mean? An event like that, man. And these people, they'll pay out of their keister, man. They have money like you can't believe, man.
The 3-day minimum stay was the low price was $5,000 a night.
These guys are
minimum. That's at any of the casinos.
That's no money to some of these guys. You know that. That ain't nothing to them. They wipe their ass with that. They can't take it with them.
I mean, there's 20 hotels on the strip, and that was the cheapest they could find was a 3-day minimum and $5,000 for a room. So
Jesus.
No question is a winner for Las Vegas, but I know some residents weren't exactly happy about how it inconvenienced them. But it definitely.
Well, the thing that really got me is that the number of Las Vegas residents that left town because they didn't want to be around with a mess. So, and I'm sure
they're probably Airbnb in their house out.
Well, that's probably what was going on.
If hotels are getting $5,000, imagine what you could get for a nice home in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit, I might go take a trip to Phoenix.
Just have to burn all your sheets, all those nasty Europeans. Chicks that don't shave their pets.
With the underarm body hair.
Yeah.
Their money's green, and if you don't believe in the greenback, you can always buy ammo with the money.
Yeah, good point. All right, let's get to the NFL games we got coming up today. First up,
well, wait a minute. I got to finish off Verstappen.
All right, finish off Verstappen.
Pook became familiar with Verstappen.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
Verstappen won Abu Dhabi for the 4th year in a row. He has never won 4 consecutive races at the same track. Nice. Verstappen's 54th career means he surpasses Sebastian Vettel for 3rd on the all-time win list, behind only Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. So that is wild to say anything. He ends the year with records for the most single-season wins That's 19 wins in a single season. Most consecutive race wins of 10. Most podium finishes, 21. Highest points total was 575. And the largest championship winning margin. He won the league by 290 points. I mean, that's ridiculous. His 11th hat trick weekend, where he won the pole, ran the fastest lap, and then won the race. That's absolutely crazy. He became the first driver in the history of F1 to surpass 1,000 laps led in a single season. So, I mean, the guy is unfreaking real. Let's see. Verstappen's 1,003 laps led this season, exactly equal the total led by McLaren in their 1988 season with Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna. Let's see. Verstappen was the only driver to complete every racing lap. He completed every racing lap in 2023. Red Bull will begin the 2024 season only one win behind Williams for fourth on the all-time list. Charles Leclerc finished second behind Verstappen in Abu Dhabi for the second consecutive year. Leclerc is now winless in 3 of his last 4 seasons. And George Russell took his second podium finish of the season when he finished third. And Russell helped Mercedes clinch the second in the championship standings by 3 points over Ferrari. So that's wild. Mercedes-Benz finished second in the Constructors' Championship, 3 points ahead of Ferrari, and they entered the race 4 points ahead. So, I mean, that's how close it came. After taking P5 for McLaren, Lando Norris finishes 6th in the Drivers' Championship, 1 point away from finishing 4th. Oscar Piastri added to his points total with P6. McLaren finished 4th in the Constructors' Championship, 1 place up on 2022, which is that's a big deal. That's about $30 million to the team. Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso took P7 and finishes 4th in the Drivers' Championship, his first top 5 finish since being runner-up in 2012-2013. And AlphaTauri's Yuki Tsunoda finished in position 8th and led a Grand Prix for the first time, becoming only the second Japanese driver to do so. After, guess who had the record before, John? Takuma Sato. Is that nuts or whatever? Aston Martin's Lance Stroll finished in 10th, and he finished in 10th for the Drivers' Championship. And this was the first season-ending race to end without a single retirement. And last but not least, there are 97 days until the 2024 Bahrain Grand Prix. So that pretty much says what this was Max Verstappen's day. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Look at all the damn records he holds now. It is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Now you can go with your what's happening in the NFL. Are you with me, John? I don't think we can't hear you.
Oh, well, muted? There we go. Yeah, I muted myself.
Okay.
Though because I'm having internet issues right now and I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh.
I've got a signal from StreamYard saying connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging in your router. I am directly plugged into my router with an Ethernet cord. So how the fuck am I having internet issues?
Oh, you know what? I do have one other thing I got to bring up, which is really, really important in that there was a race win By somebody no one expected this ever to happen. And golly, I got I got so many piles here that I really didn't get a chance to get into. But nuts.
A few moments later.
It's gonna be a few minutes. Cadillac did not get any benefit from their trip to Vegas. They're still poo-pooing adding Cadillac and Andretti. Don't know why they're saying that. It really comes down to the money that they get at the end of the year, unless they can prove that they're going to create a whole bunch of new money. They don't want any part of Cadillac coming on. Cadillac put in a bid, not a bid, but a statement that they will be a constructor supplier in 2026. So that was kind of interesting to see. I'm trying to think of the kid's name. He's not a kid. He's an old fart as far as most people. Wickens, that's who I'm thinking. Wickens, who had a broken neck. I can't remember the race that he did it at, but anyway, he won the championship. And what league was it? Anyway, using hand controls, he won a championship. He was driving. He was on the team. Let's see. He drove a Hyundai Elantra N in the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta race, and ended up winning the series. So, using hand controls, he ended up winning a championship, which brings the point that I don't think it'll be too long before you hear about Wickens driving at the Indianapolis 500.
Nice.
So, I mean, a guy that broke his back,
right,
and was supposed to be out of racing completely, proved the point by winning a championship, which is pretty prestigious to do that, because those cars also run at Le Mans. So,
okay,
a pretty awesome deal for Wickens. He's an unusual character anyway. And he has not lost his sense of humor, because he does nothing but tease the rest of the guys. But that is quite a deal to say that he beat all the hot shoes, and he used hand controls to do it. So
nice.
Wickens is back in the seat. I guess that's the best way to say it.
All right.
And now you can bring up the rest of your stuff you wanted to say.
All right, Pook.
What's up, man?
We got some NFL games going on.
Talk to me, man. What do you want to know?
Starts.
You want to know my picks?
You want to do your picks, or do you want to go through the list?
If we go through the list, I'm gonna say I'll give my opinion on the game, but I'm gonna tell people not to play certain games today, because certain games I just don't like, and I'll tell them why.
Then let's do it that way.
Let's go.
1 o'clock on Fox. The New Orleans Saints 5-5 take on the Atlanta Falcons 4-6. The line is -2 for New Orleans. Over under is 41.5.
Okay.
What say you, Pook?
I say this is no matter what the records are, this is always a hard fought game. It is going to be a close game. These are division rivals, so remember that. So my advice to you is either to lay off of this game or possibly tease Atlanta up to 8 points. That would be a play. You could make a play on Atlanta, teasing them up to 8. It would be, you would put yourself like in the 76th percentile right there. So that's my advice to you on that game. It's a game to lay off of. If I'm painted in the corner, I have to take Atlanta plus the 2.
Okay.
Is that saying Atlanta's going to win by 8? That what you're saying?
That's saying that you're getting Atlanta plus 8, and what what the experts are saying is a 1-possession game. You're going to have 3 possessions in that game. That's what makes it the 76th percentile. I'm saying on your app, on your betting app, or if you're at a sports book, bet a parlay, a teaser parlay, and tease Atlanta up to 8. That's my advice. Tease Atlanta up to 8. I say this is a no play. If I'm painted in a corner, I have to pick this game. I will take Atlanta plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next game, Steelers versus the Bengals. Steelers 6-4, Bengals 5-5 without Joe Burrow. The line is Pittsburgh minus 2.5. The over/under is 36.5. Wow, I don't know how you don't take Pittsburgh in this game, right? How do they not cover 2.5 points?
I'm taking Cincinnati.
What?
I know Burrows isn't playing. I'm taking Cincinnati.
Oh,
put me down. Put me down plus 2. And not only that, you tease that game up to 8.5. You're right there. You're right in that 76 percentile. I think you're at the 74 when you tease it to 8, I believe. But yeah, you're right there too. That's another game to tease. That's also another game to tease. You compare it with the last game we talked about. But yeah, absolutely. Let's go. Bayou Tigers.
All right. That running tab I have with you. Why don't you just give me $20 on
Bengals,
the Steelers?
not the Bengals, not the Bayou. That's LSU. My bad. But yeah. Let's do that. Let's go $20, man. I don't know. I don't even know how much I owe you, bro. I have no idea. Like
it's the list is long but distinguished, like my Johnson. So we'll get into it later. No, it's not that bad, man. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. I haven't missed the money that much, so we'll figure it out.
Right.
No worries.
Bills your debts and your deadlines.
Smart ass. Oh, but yeah. $20 Steelers minus 2.5. That's a lock.
Book
That's
bet.
What?
Book
That's
bet.
just
book bet. Book bet. You just lost some of the money. It's fine.
That's fine. It's
okay. Book bet. Book bet.
All right. Next game, Panthers and Titans. It's divisional rival weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. Tough week. That's what I said. It's gonna be a tough week. Things ain't gonna pan out the way you think they are. I don't believe, but we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Panthers 1-9. Titans 3-7. Line is Tennessee favored by minus 3.5 over under 36.5 again. Vegas knows something. That's scary. What do you think, Pook? Man. I have no idea on this one because they're both rubbish, right? Who wants it more? I guess.
Hook, that half point, man. That half point, man. You got to look at though. You got to really look at.
You see, like 17-14, Tennessee.
You got to look at the Titan.
That's what I see. Yeah.
I don't know. That half point seems to haunt me. That's
why it's there. That's why it's there. But that's why the game is going to be, 14-17, 20-17, 24-21. Like, that's why that game's getting emphasized like that, because they just have that.
The inability for the Panthers to get it together and win games, and they've only won one game this whole year. That is a red flag, man. And it's almost by default. See, this is why I don't want you keeping track of some of these games as a permanent record. These are some of these games I'd never play with counterfeit money. This might be one of them with that. This literally might be one of them with that ugly half point. I mean, it'd be such an easier game to pick. Obviously, I'm going to go with Titans. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go with the team that actually won 3 games this year.
Yeah.
But it's a tough call, man. That's a tough call.
All right, Buccaneers versus Colts. Indianapolis favored by 3.
Ooh, you're painting baby in the corner here.
Yeah, this is not an easy one. funny thing is, Colts are 1-4 at home. Buccaneers 2-3 away.
Yeah,
so
here's the thing
Buccaneers play better away
the
than
Buccaneers, man.
They got Baker Mayfield.
It seems like, man, but it seems like when they play good defenses, they get shut down. And the Colts, I think the Colts have a pretty damn decent defense, I believe, man. It's tough because all my fantasy players are in the Buccaneers, man. I got Mike Evans, and I got in the 2-quarterback league. I'm starting freaking what's his face?
Baker.
Yeah, Baker. I'm starting him in the league, in the money league too. Give me the Colts. Reluctantly here again. Give me the Colts though. Lock it up. Give me the Colts. I'll stick by that pick.
Patriots and Giants. Patriots, who behind the former undefeatable Emperor Palpatine, not so much anymore. 2-8. Giants 3-8. New England is favored in this game, even though they're playing in East Rutherford, by 4. Over under quite low, 35.5. So New England's gonna win by 4, more than 4. Wow. The Giants, I guess they are that bad. I mean, the Giants don't have their starting quarterback. They don't have their tight end. So it's basically Saquon Barkley. Yeah, that's it. Ouch.
They're terrible. And do you think that if Bill Belichick has one man on a team he has to stop, you think he can game plan it a win out of this?
Yeah. I mean, what's his quarterback situation going on, though? Didn't he bench Matt Jones the other day?
I mean, yeah, I believe so. You have a team.
Hey, it's kind of hard to throw when there's nobody to fucking throw to, Coach. Just saying.
No, right.
Name a person on the offense of New England besides Matt Jones. Name somebody. Exactly.
They're not fantasy relevant. They're not fantasy relevant.
You can't coach your way out. You can't coach your way out of shit.
There's so much. There's literally not one fantasy relevant player on that whole team.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
Not one.
Disturbing.
Not one.
All right. So you think the hoodie's going to pull it out?
No.
Giants.
I talked myself out of that one, man. Let's do the Giants. It's my one-star play. It's my one-star play. I will give you. There will be times if we keep doing this, I will give you 5,000 star locks. 5,000 star locks. This is a one-star play.
All right.
1 star.
Jaguars and the Texans. Jaguars 7-3 this year. 6-4. Texans. Jacksonville minus 1.5. Over under 47.5, which looks to be probably the highest over under of the day, I'm guessing. Just off the top of my head, that seems awfully high. So that's a 24-27 game, or no, high scoring game.
Yeah, at least it's going to be at least that much. I'm taking the over, my man. I'm taking the over. It's going to be a 50-star play. 50-star play on the over. We're going to take the Texans with the plus 1.5. That plus 1.5 might even come into play in this game. We're going to seesaw a matchup, a battle. We're going to see a lot of scoring, I believe. I can't wait for this one, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the Jaguars, but I don't know. A game to watch for sure if you're in market, or you've got YouTube, NFL YouTube. The 4:00 games start with the Browns versus the Broncos. Browns 7-3, still without Deshaun Watson for the rest of the year. Apparently, I can't remember who the hell the backup is, but Broncos 5-5. They are playing at home. It is Mile High, so Denver is favored by 2 points, over under 37.5. What do you think, Pook? Mile High, tough place to play, right? Pook.
It doesn't look frozen.
He doesn't
What do you
look
think,
frozen.
Pook?
And I'm not muted.
Yeah, he probably is having trouble hearing.
I got
at
real
times.
bad comm right now, guys.
Yeah. All right, what do you think on the Browns and the Broncos?
Okay, you're coming in now, loud and clear. Yeah, the Browns. What do you have them at? A -1.5. The Broncos are -1.5 favored in this game. Is that what you have it at?
Broncos are 2-point favorites.
Okay,
So
you
Denver
got 'em as
-2.
2-point favorites. I got them. I got live odds at 1.5, but we'll play it at 2. I like the +2 anyway. Give me the Browns, man. I like this. This is going to be a 100-star play. And this is one that you could also tease and pair up with those games earlier that I say you could tease the Browns up to 7.5, and that might not be as high a percentage play. In my mind, it is. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the Browns. I like them a lot. The Broncos have not convinced me yet. You have not convinced me, Mr. Russell Wilson, that you're back. You have not. He's crippled, man. He's out there crippled, man. He is a shadow of himself out there, man.
Yeah.
And there's been reports that he has lost his team. So we'll see. I mean, they've scored some wins since then, but we'll see what happens today. I think the Browns are for real anyway, man. I mean, you got to stop their run game.
Yeah, surprisingly, even though they lost Chubb to another just nasty injury, that dude only gets hurt all the way.
Keeps just chugging with just keeps chugging with the freaking quarterback, with the freaking Ford, and with freaking Kareem Hunt. It just keeps chugging, man. They literally got 2 fantasy relevant running backs on their team. You could start both of them in the flex for sure. I mean, you don't come with a better run game than that. I want to see them. I want to see they're going to have to. Russell Wilson's going to have to perform at a high level, and they're going to have to stop the run to beat the Browns. I don't think they're going to do it.
Next game is Rams versus the Cardinals.
Browns. Oh God, I wanted
you're
to stay
taking the
away
Browns
from this game. I did not want to play.
Oh,
Browns, man, lock it up. That's a 100-star play, man.
All right, Rams and Cardinals. Rams 4-6, Cardinals 2-9. Rams are favored by 3. Over under is 45.5. That's I don't like that game at all.
Terrible game to play. Terrible game to play. Flip a coin on this.
Yeah, coin. It should be a coin flip. I mean,
I always like 3-point home dogs in the NFL.
Yeah,
just because they're 3-point home dogs. And we might even score a push out of this, if the last possession ends in a field goal here. And we might even get a money line victory out of the Cardinals. Who knows? It's just 3-point spread. So, yeah, give me the Cardinals with the 3 at home. It's a dirty dog game, though.
Here's a sucker's bet, I think, of the afternoon. It's the Chiefs versus the Raiders. KC favored by 9.5. Over under 43.5. So they're telling you KC's gonna score the shit and Raiders gonna get a little points in garbage time. But that's what that tells
like
me.
KC. I like KC money line. But you're gonna have to lay $450 to win 100.
Yeah.
So that's probably not a play that someone wants to make. That's not a play that I make saying
not a good value bet at all. That's a terrible value bet.
No, not a good value bet at all. Maybe you could take Chiefs money line and parlay it with something else and whatever is right. Yeah, it's something to stay away from. That line's something to stay away from. Do you really want the Raiders +9 against the Chiefs?
9.5. No,
but it looks like a freaking trap game anyway because it's a division.
That's why I said
these teams know each other up and down. And here
that's
you
why,
got.
That's
and
why I
here
said it's a sucker's bet of the week
for the Chiefs, just putting balls on the ground.
Yeah.
These wide receivers for the Chiefs putting the ball on the ground, and
he still.
I don't know. You're going to look at them to come back ferociously here, or you're going to look at them to play the Raiders tough and come down to maybe one possession.
No, I think they're gonna. Honestly, I think they're gonna blow them the fuck out. But I still don't want to touch it because it just bothers me because they are playing.
Yeah, it's hard it's hard to take the Raiders +9, isn't it? It's a shit bet.
It is. That's what I said when as I introduced it. The sucker bet of the week, man. There's something.
All right, I'm going to give you a one star. 1 star play. I'm taking the Raiders plus the 9.
All right, 9.5. I got a 9.5.
Okay, if it's not, you got 9.5. That's fine. Live odds said 9.
All right.
So the Raiders, the line's moving Raiders' way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's money will do that sometimes. The next game, Bills versus Eagles, which is Bills in a disappointing season, 6-5, 1-3 away. Eagles doing what Eagles do. At least there's something that can win in Philadelphia. Oh, it's the 9-1 Philadelphia Eagles. They're 4-0 at home, and they're playing at home today. The line is only -3.5 on Philadelphia, and the over/under is 48.5. Ooh, so yeah, that's high. Is that the highest one? I think I mentioned.
Yeah, let's take the over in that one, Mini. Let's take the over for sure in that one.
Take the over. All right, over.
Like
sounds
Over
good.
49.5.
Like
48.5.
Life is too short to bet the under, pops. Life is too short. Let's root for scoring. This is if all my other shit plays were 1-star plays, this would be a 15-star play. A 15-star play here. You heard it.
I love
a 15-star play. We're taking the over.
All right.
Taking the over.
All right. Pook, we should just parlay this into.
If you need me to pick a side.
Yeah, we got to pick a side.
Yeah. Well, all right. All right.
Is it going to be the Bills or the Eagles? Bills minus.
I'm taking the points, and I'm going to tell you why I'm taking the points. The Bills are a very talented squad, a very underperforming squad. They absolutely, positively need a win. The Eagles are coasting, man. This ain't a divisional game. You know?
Okay.
Eagles
Go to the
are
Bears,
coasting.
Vikings. That'll be interesting. It's a homer game for you, Pook.
Sorry, I lost my thing. All right.
Kirk Cousins is active for this, right? Kirk Cousins is active, right?
I don't know.
I'm looking for the game.
This isn't a game I looked at, by the way, because I stay away from Bears games.
Huh. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Bears, Vikings, Bears, 3-8, Vikings 6-5. It's in Minnesota. Minnesota's favored by 3. And it doesn't say if Kirk Cousins is starting or not. Just lists Justin Fields, Madison, and D. Moore. So I don't know.
It's a real easy way to find out. I'll look them up on a fantasy football app while you're talking, Playboy.
All right. Sounds good. Let's see here. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, never mind. I thought we had another internet issue. I'm like, how am I having internet issues? I'm literally plugged into the router. Like, and it keeps flashing stuff at me. Like I'm moving on. Moving.
You're breaking
All right,
you're breaking up for me, I think.
All right. Well, I don't know. It pops. Am I coming through good? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're coming through okay.
All right. All right.
Pook's got issues with his reception, so that's probably what the issue is there.
All right. That's fine. As Pook looked at,
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has Kirk Cousins has Achilles injury. He's out in active reserve, my man.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So the Vikings are done. They're done. Post.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm taking the Bears anyway. I don't know.
All right, so we
you won't bet the Bears when they get +3? You like the Vikings without a quarterback?
I don't know.
The horror. Oh,
hearing this question my fandom.
You've been brutalized by the Bears too many.
Okay. All right. 1 star. Okay, on a scale from 1 star to 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 5,000 being a lock, being my play of the year.
Okay.
This is a 1-star play. I'll take the Bears. 1-star play. Go Bears.
Okay.
Go Bears.
Bears. Real quick to go over the Thanksgiving and Black Friday games. Packers smoked them Lions. Lions have been rolling all year, and Jordan Love throws career high 3 touchdowns. The defense was there, and Lions went down
that
once
was a
again
wild
on
game,
Thanksgiving.
Andrew Butts.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it like I didn't turn it back. I watched the first quarter. It didn't turn it back on until the fourth because somebody's like, "Hey, this is like a thing now." I'm like, "What do you mean it's a thing? They're up 20-6." Like, oh well, tune in. Oh, okay, and yeah, still a close game. Wow. Fantasy owners of Dak Prescott were very happy. The Cowboys whipped those Commanders 45-10. The 49ers, Brock Purdy, kind of a pedestrian day, man. Thanks, buddy. 209 yards, 1 touchdown, and interception. That didn't help. Deebo Samuel had a good day. Christian McCaffrey, 19 carries, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So if you own that man in fantasy, you did welly. The first ever Black Friday game between the Jets and the Dolphins went pretty much according to plan. Tua and my boy Tyreek Hill had kind of both pedestrian days. So, but the Dolphins did well, 34-13 over the soon to be head coachless New York Jets. I'm guessing. Question mark. I don't know.
You think they're going to can him?
It's if there's stories about him that are not good out there right now, and that's never a good sign. Like now it's becoming, yes, you lost Aaron Rodgers, but this team has failed in every other aspect as well, and we're supposed to have this amazing defense. We don't, and you keep seeing these articles about how it's not the head coach's fault, but eventually you kind of think it's probably going to be the head coach. He's probably not going to survive this year, which is, what shitty franchises do. There's no continuity. They it's you got 3 years to win, and if you don't, you're out. Yet Pittsburgh's had the same coach. I mean, God, how many? I mean, you go from what's his name in power now to Bill Cowher to, I mean, geez, just continuity. Just anyways. Anything else, Pook? You want to give like your lock?
What were you picked, Pook?
No, I don't have no locks. I don't have no locks this week. You want to know my plays? I can tell you my plays. What I put in. I went 3-1 yesterday in college.
Nice.
And I'll tell you what I put in today. I didn't think I was going to pull Florida State out. I pulled Florida State out of my ass, but you got to be lucky at this stuff sometimes, man.
You're getting me 20 on the Steelers.
I had that Notre Dame over. I had that Notre Dame over on lock. No, what was the point spread? You're giving me 2 points, right?
2.5.
3 points. 3 points. 3 points was your line, right?
No, 2.5.
What's your line?
Steelers favored by 2.5. Over under 36.5.
Okay. I got Bengals plus 2.5 then. $20.
Yep.
It's a bet. We already discussed this. Now we got it ironed out. Okay, but that's one of my plays. That's what you were getting to. Okay, and it is actually one of my plays. I'm betting a parlay. It's going to be it's just for fun. It's all money line parlay. Browns, Bills, Chiefs. I believe in it. I think it's going to hit. I'm going to guarantee you at least 2 out of 3, but no promise there. I guarantee, but no promise. No promise.
No promise.
I love that.
I'll guarantee it. I will definitely guarantee it. I give that parlay 100 stars. It's 100 stars. 100-star parlay. The other parlay I'm playing against the point spread is going to be Houston, Bengals, and Cleveland. That's the other parlay I'm playing. Okay. Then I have another parlay with the Bengals, the Bills, and the Los Angeles Chargers. We didn't pick that game, did we? We never picked that game.
No, we didn't.
That's one of my games I like this week. I actually
okay.
+3 at home. I like the Chargers. You can take that one to a bank on a scale from 1 star to 5,000. I'll give it 25. 25 stars. Take it to the bank. 25 stars.
All right,
Okay.
I like it.
I teased the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I teased the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up to 8.5, and I paired them with the Bengals, teasing them up to 8.5. So I don't know if you can still get those lines, but that puts you in a very high percentage to win. And it's two teams that I believe will be within one scoring possession at the end of the game, barring some kind of offensive breakdown, at least do a defensive score of 2 or 3 or something. You know what I mean? It's going to be a close game. That's how I feel about that. I did the same thing. Reluctantly. I did it with the Bengals and Atlanta Falcons. I believe I told you to tease Atlanta Falcons up to whatever you can get them at, 7.5, 8.5 if you can. And the last teaser bet I made a small wager, very small wager, sentimental wager for the two teams that I love. Los Angeles Chargers, I teased them up to 9, along with the Chicago Bears teased up to 9. There might not be 9 points scored in that Chicago Bears game, and I'm getting the Bears with 9. I kind of like it. But that's my plays. That's what I put in. That's why I put my hard-earned scratch on it.
All right, I love it. I still think the Steelers are going to beat the brakes off the Bengals, but that's just me. We'll see. Got 20 on it.
Right.
I got 20 on it. All right.
Right.
As far as MLB, a little slow. Not a heck of a lot going on. Winter meetings are coming up. I think December 4th to the 7th. Got some not big names out there being non-tendered. Right-hander Jason Adam, lefty Danny Colombo, and Phillies right-hander Jeff Hoffman. Josh Hader is probably the next closest big free agent sweepstakes next to Shohei, which is hilarious because Shohei's. I encourage you to go to YouTube and go look up Baseball Doesn't Exist and watch the video he does about Shohei. It's to break it down Barty style. The dude is literally worth at least $70 million a year to pay him, and you still make money. So go check it out. But Josh Hader's the next one out. He's a left-handed flamethrower from Milwaukee who got traded to San Diego in that weird trade deadline. Traded was it season before one just concluded. So we'll see. I think Shohei is going to stretch out his free agent tour as long as he can, just because why not? Let's see here. What else is going on? Yamamoto, the guy who just got put on the block, literally. And I've heard people say this, and it just makes me think of very bad things in the past, but that's literally what he said. He just got put on the block. Yamamoto, the right-hander from Japan, has been officially free to negotiate with little clubs since last Tuesday. The free agent courtship process looks to begin in earnest next week. And SNY's Andy Martino reported on how Yamamoto and his representative at Wasserman will approach the decision of picking the righty's new team. They're going to do Zoom meetings, and then they're going to do in-person meetings. So try not to have any technical issues, Boston, Chicago, LA, those teams, because you're going to lose that. I'm rooting for Team Japan. I hope Shohei and Yamamoto end up on Boston. So it basically just be the WBC's Team Japan. Other than that, it's kind of going to be a slow time. But I want to show you guys some funny things because we're in the off season, so content is a little light for baseball. But you can still find funny shit out there, like Ichiro getting striked out by a chick.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, well, here it is. It is Ichiro getting struck out by a high school girl. Oh, Jesus.
さあ3度目のバッターボックス。はい、気持ちを前に打球はレフトの左です。レフトの左へ打球が飛んでフェアかファウルかというところです。はい、と思うんですけど、どのくらい走れるか。見逃しの三振。
Ichiro. All right. How much was that bullshit? How much was that him actually getting fooled?
I don't know. Do you think he intentionally took that one?
I think he took the last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first one kind of caught him off guard. Then she threw the hook and completely messed him up. And then he's like, all right, if she even puts it in the zone, I'm just going to let her have it. I don't see how he doesn't just crush that pitch. I don't know how he just looks it in.
The second one, he obviously went at because it went foul out of bounds, but it was distance enough to go all the way if he could keep it in
all
bounds.
Right. So, Pitching Ninja, which is a awesome account I follow on Instagram, the 8 filthiest pitch of the year finalists. So you guys ready for this? This is some nasty shit. And part of me thinks that 90% of these guys had no intention of the ball doing what it ended up doing, but we'll see. All right.
Here, just hit the mitt. Swung on it.
I was watching that one. That was unreal.
Did he go? He did go.
Big slider. I thought it hit him.
It did. It looked like it hit him.
It did.
Top of the foot. 2 strikes.
No, missed.
Swing and a miss. 101 pouring in on his shins.
No. 83.
Differentiating very much in speed, and that's it.
Oh, it's so good they showed it twice.
That swing and a miss.
The ghost.
Got it with a forkball. Back-to-back strikeout.
They trying to keep it that way. And he gassed him up.
Oh.
That is the sinker.
That is unreal.
What do you think about?
They can make the ball move that much. Wow.
At 99, that pitch broke. A 2-seam fastball broke, what, 18 inches, maybe?
Yeah.
12 at minimum.
Yeah.
How do you hit that? You see it come out of his hand, and you're like, oh, it's low and in. That dumb mother. And you swing, and the best you're going to do is just drive it into the ground and maybe get an infield single, or you're probably going to miss it 9 out of 10 times. Like, that is just unbelievable. Pook, did you catch any of those?
No, he was up moving around.
Okay.
There he goes.
What's the next one I have up here? Oh, let's see. No, that's gonna be. Yeah. All right. Story from MLB official. This team is all in on free agent market. Giants are all in. Well, they have been for the last 3 years. Pops heard me talk about it last week. Don't know if they're going to do anything about it. They're looking at Shohei. So are the Dodgers. So are the Cubs. So I don't know. We'll see. Braves.
I mean, if the money's even, he's staying in California.
I kind of think, but there's one thing that I think, I could be wrong, you bank on it. Shohei wants to win and wants to win now.
Yeah.
With an up-and-coming franchise. So it's funny, the teams that make sense for that are like Chicago, Boston, Arizona, Texas, nowhere near the coast. But are the Giants primed just with Shohei to go deep into the playoffs? I don't think so. So I think he's going to play this as long as he can and enjoy it, and then he's going to be getting paid probably close to $70 million a year. What else was I looking at? As far as free agents, yeah. I don't know. There's talk about Juan Soto being traded. Probably San Diego to take out a loan to pay their payroll. So to shave, I think, what is he, $25 million a year to shave off that payroll? Probably gonna happen. other than that, really, I think I might have had one more little discussion. I really was hoping Pook was,
Yeah, I don't know what
a
happened.
viable.
He had a really weak connection. So
Yeah, he
that's
did.
probably why we lost him.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just call it.
Now here's the thing: you are starting to break up anytime you talk sideways. If your
really?
your face is not behind that grid, you break up.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just call it as it is. Since we lost the Pook Dawg on the weak connection, is what it is. And it's our first start at this time of the day, which is
Do we have anybody watching?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There he is. He's back.
Hey, welcome back,
He's
Pook.
back. All right. So final thoughts.
Goodbye, Pook.
And now he's gone. Goodbye, Pook. Remember, never take a permanent solution with temporary problem. There's plenty of resources out there. Encourage you to use those. I know it's not easy to ask for help, but actually, once you pull the trigger on that, the path forward is nothing but good. So love you all. Thanks for tuning in the show, and presumably we'll be back next week at the same time, which is I should bring some jammies down here to the studio because I sleep after the bar.
Do we have a Facebook page that we're using anymore, or
sports church page?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I'll make a post. No big deal. Pook. All right, we're gonna try and get Pook's final thoughts and then Pops and then call it.
All right.
Okay.
Pook, what are you thinking?
Okay, for all the gamblers out there earlier, if I was preaching to you on the sports church and it didn't make sense, maybe the Pook did a little bit too much turkey lettuce. I'm going to lay it out for you, okay? When I tell you to tease a game, you're not getting 3 possessions, you're getting 2. You're circumventing the scoring system. If you take a 2.5 point game, you tease it up to 8.5, you are literally getting 2 possessions. And because the NFL in a game where the odds makers believe it's going to be a 1 possession game, less than a possession. They got less. They got under 3. They got it under 3. They got set at under 3. So 2.5. They think it's going to be less than 1 possession, even all the way up to 8.5. That's what I was talking about earlier. As for my final thoughts, get your backs. If you're not eating the fake. If you're not eating the fake meat, Bill Gates fake meat yet, get on board, eat some fake meat. If you're not converting over to electricity for everything, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta save the planet. I'm gonna do it one vegan burger at a time, guys, and peace out.
All right, Pook. Pops, what you got?
Just when you come across somebody that is taking the easy way out, ask them what's going on. Stay connected to them, and just have them see what effect their life has on other people. Because if they understand that, they don't go away. Because most people, I can't say all people, but most people have someone that really relies on them, and if they understand that, they can't take the easy way out. I guess that's the best way to say. Whether it's family, something like that, whether it's their work. There's things that go on that if you say, I don't need it anymore and take off, there's going to be some people hurting. So think about the things you got good in your life and make sure that you stick around for them.
Absolutely. I love it. Nicely done. I like how you tied that in. Awesome job. All right. Love you guys. Hopefully next week we're a little bit more crisper, especially me. But this 11 o'clock stuff is fun, and we can get our parlays in. I think next week maybe I can talk the wife into Pook. We're just gonna start betting. We're gonna do a parlay. Me, you. We're gonna do we should do is a sports church parlay, which is everybody picks a line on the parlay. We do 3 if there's 3 of us here, 4 if there's 4 of us here, 5 if there's 5 of us here, and we bet a 5-way parlay.
because you're a known right winger and you've been attacked by Antifa online, you are literally setting us up for a RICO statute, online betting ring. Interstate, my man. So I don't know if I want to be subject to this with your background.
Oh, come on, get it. Oh God, thanks, Pook. That hurt, man. That hurt.
Emotional damage.
You're literally the terrorist that Joe Biden speaks of in his speeches.
Oh yeah, probably. All right. Well, hey, good job, boys. Remember, check us out on X, formerly known as Twitter. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Rumble. We're live on Facebook. All you gotta do is search Veteran Revolt Radio or Vet Revolt Radio, and you'll find us on all of those platforms. Give us some love. Follow us. Doesn't cost you anything. Like some of the videos, and you're good to go. Other than that,
I just thought of something. This is something. Don't Pook bet on the Bears.
Well, we kind of forced them into it. Kind of forced them into it a little bit.
I did tease them up to 9 in real life. All right. Hey, I gotta go, guys. I'm out myself. All right. Take care.
Hey,
take care, dude.
All right. James is gonna walk us out.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.